So today we are going to see about AWS CLI, access key and secret key that we can access AWS through AWS CLI. So let me go to IAM. Okay, I'm currently in IAM console. So I have one user. So if you scroll down, I can see demo one user. So I'm going to create a access key. So what is access key credentials? So this is a credentials for accessing AWS programmatically. So even the CLI is accessing the AWS through APIs. So similarly, AWS SDK, you can AWS provide AWS SDK, so you can add access key and secret key in your programming like a variables, credential variables, and access the AWS services in your own applications using AWS SDK. So here we are going to see AWS CLI. So click security credentials. So here you can see access keys. So I already have one access key and secret key. I already attached in the configured in the my Windows CMD. So I'm going to delete this. First, you need to deactivate and then delete. Okay, so I have deleted the access key. So I'm going to create new access key. So choose command line interface. So AWS recommend you multiple options. So based on the use case. Okay, so we are going to use CLI. So yeah, it is recommending to use IAM Identity Center so that it will give you temporary token, right? But for demo purpose, we'll be using access key and secret key. So description demo key. Yeah. So access key has been created. So you can see access key. If you click so it will show secret access key as well. However, once you download this CSV file, you can't see secret access key. Okay. So I have downloaded the file. So click done. So this access key has been created. So you can see this access key, but you can't see secret access key. That is with you only. So if you lost that secret key, you have to delete this and then create a new access key. Okay, so we have created a access key in demo one user. Let's check the permissions of this user. So you can see this user has EC2 read only and S3 read only. So if you check the security credentials, you can see that access key that we created earlier. So using this access key and secret key, we can only access the permission that we give to this user. Okay. Okay, guys. So before configuring that AWS access key and secret key, we need to have AWS CLI in our CMD or CLI in our local machine. So here you can see this document uh, will help you to install the AWS CLI. I will add this link in the description. So here you can see there are three options that you can install CLI on Linux. You can install based on the Linux flavor. Uh, so so it's CLI version 2. You can upgrade to CLI version 2 from CLI version 2. For upgradation, you need to remove the previous one. This is Linux command line. So we are going to, these are all Linux steps. So we are going to utilize Windows for now. So scroll down. So Windows. So yeah, if you click this link, right, CLI version 2.msc, it will download the application and install, AWS. the regular way of installing the software. Okay, click next, 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 and it will install the AWS CLI. And then once you install the AWS CLI, uh, you don't have to put this command, so you can do it in UI itself. This is to install it in command line. So once you have installed AWS CLI, you can access the AWS CLI through CMD. CLI is the same step you would need to do like installing any other software in Windows. So AWS hyphen version. So it will give you the AWS CLI version. So I'm going to configure AWS. So for that, AWS configure. So it will you ask you the access key and the secret key you have downloaded. So I'm going to open that. Okay, so I have opened the Excel sheet and copied the access key. So I can paste here. So again I have to copy the secret key. So yeah, you have to provide a default region. So it's so I already configured, so that's only is taking US East 1. I can click enter, it will take the US East 1, but for the first time you have to give a region. Even if you don't give, by default it will take US East 1. And then output format by default is JSON. There is a text YAML as well, so I will keeping default JSON. So now I have configured the access key and secret key. So now I have AWS S3 read only and EC2 read only permissions through this AWS access key. So let's say if I access AWS S3, let's, yeah, I'm able to see the bucket I have created. So if I, so you similarly for EC2 we have similar command. You can check it in the help. So if you click help, you can see the the list of commands that you can use in the AWS CLI. So if I go to describe, so I have one EC2 instance in EC2. So if I wanted to describe that, I can go to describe. Yeah, I took a describe command from the EC2 service. So those are all list of options that you can use in EC2 service. When you do AWS EC2 help, you will get list of EC2 related APIs, which is a list of options. So if I click the enter this, yeah, so I'm getting the instance details in JSON. So as you can see, this is the instance ID I have, instance type T2 macro, and the key name I used and launch date. Okay, so whatever the details we were able to see in console, we can see it in JSON format. So um, so I wanted to show one thing. So when you configure or install, once you install AWS, you will have this .aws folder in your user, under your user folder. Okay, so when you configure, it will add two files. One is config and credentials. Ignore this, these are all advanced topics, so we can see this later. So or you can ignore this. So these two files are the main files, config and credentials. So if you click config, yeah, so whatever you have given in the CLI, right, default region and default output, so those are all will be available in this file. Similarly, if you open credentials, You can see the access key and secret access key that you have entered here. Okay, so you can see this in this file. So that's why AWS recommend you to use IAM Identity Center. So the session token will be changed time by time. Okay, so because the session token will be changed after the session duration you give, like after 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, or 8 hour. Okay. So finally, I wanted to show you on document, guys. So this is the CLI AWS CLI reference documentation. I will add this in description. So this has all of the AWS CLI command reference, so that you can refer this document and take a reference for AWS CLI commands. Let's say for EC2, if you go to EC2, so you can see whatever you have seen in the help output, right? You can see this here, and then you can also see the examples as well. So let's say create tags. It will have a description of the command and all of the options that you can pause. Okay, and even you have examples in this document. Here you can see two examples here. Okay, guys, that's it for AWS CLI. You have lot of options in AWS CLI, like you can set up profile. So you can go through this document, um, and then you can see profile. So and then you can utilize all of the AWS CLI options. Thank you.